Hey everybody, this is Mr. Neville, and this is your digital portrait collage video to show you how to do your digital portrait collage. So at this point, everybody should have created let's get in here in the thing here. Everybody should have created one of these, right? A mind map talking about the person that you chose to do your portrait of, someone who you admire or respect. Generally, somebody older, but for some of you, it may be a peer or even a younger person. So once you've got them and you've got the things about them, the things they like, things that remind you of them, then your next step was to create a collage library. So the first page of your collage library should have your person on it. You should have whatever picture you're using, you should have removed the background. If you haven't, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then each other page should have the aspects about that person, some pictures or line art or clip art about them. So here is watching television, camping, Bengals, Reds, FC Cincinnati, oldies dances, NASCAR, family, and just some various things, some tools, a dog. So these are mine for my dad, who I'm doing mine for. So the first thing I'm going to do when I start my portrait is I'm going to go to Google, and you can see I pulled up some digital portrait collages here. And this is just basically a guideline that I'm giving you. If you want to do something where you draw on top like these or have different parts coming out, if you want to mess with that, if you want to mess with it in a different way, you can. You are the artist. So it needs to have a picture of them and some things about them. But you can also add other aspects in Google Drawing. So let's get to it. You're going to click on the waffle in the corner, go to your Google Drive. And in your Google Drive, you create a new uh, Google Drawings. So you go down to More and go to Google Drawings. And the first thing you need to do is title this. You're going to title it Collage Portrait, and then dash your bell. So for this one, I will put 4. And you could put your name on there also if you want. I'll just go ahead and put Neville. So there is my digital collage portrait, but it is not the right size yet. In order for us to print it out and get everybody's print out in color, we are going to change this. So we go to File, we go down to Page Setup, and we're going to change this from standard 4x3 to custom. Make sure it's inches, and we're going to make the width 8, and we're going to make it 8x10. Apply. So now that we have this, we're going to choose just a general background color. And this background color you may see a little bit, but you're not going to totally see the background color, all of it. So, and I'll talk about that because we're going to put other stuff on top of it. But say your person's favorite color or a color that reminds you of them. So for my dad here, I'm going to do let me move this out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and do a dark green, like a hunter green. So it's hunter green. You could even do what's it called? Gradient if you like. So I'm going to do a gradient. I'm going to do this dark, like the dark hunter green right there. Good. All right. So the next step is, if you want to do this part, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. Like I said, once you watch this video, you can change some things about what you do. So I'm going to go ahead and insert an image from the web. And this image is going to be a pattern. And the pattern, I'm going to do a floral decorative pattern. So I'm going to look for a cool floral decorative pattern that could go with my background. let's just do, and it doesn't matter the color because you can change the color, remember. Let's do something like, let's do this one. So I insert it, then I can, if I want, I can make it, I can resize it, I can crop it. I'm going to go ahead and get it the same size as my paper here. I may just keep that background. That's kind of a cool background, but I'm going to go ahead and format options. I'm going to adjust the opacity. So that makes it a little more into the background, makes it kind of bleed into the green in the background. There, I just want to kind of lighten the background just so there's some decorative aspects in the background. Oh, that's a little too much. There we go. So now is when I'm going to start putting my things on there that are in my collage. So some I can just copy and paste. One thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get his picture here, click on it, Control C for copy, or right click copy. I'm going to go right back here and paste it, Control V. I'm going to resize it how I want it. Let me get this thing closed up. I'm going to resize it how I want it here. Maybe I want it as big as I can get it. And you might want it smaller. I'm going to go ahead and put him on the bottom because I don't want him to look like he's floating. I want him to look like he's coming into the picture. All right. And if you don't already have the background removed, all you do is you just you make sure you have it on your computer in either your downloads or your pictures. And then you go to removebg.com. So you can just type in removebg into Google, and the first one that comes up will be this website, removebg.com. You can also click on plus down here in the corner. It's a plus that means like basically a new one, but usually when you go in, it'll say upload image. Well, if you've done one already, you see I've done a couple, then you can just click plus, you find the picture. For example, here's a picture of, here's the original picture I took, and I'll click on it, click open. Now, say you have a part of the picture that you want to get rid of, and like a second person, like my mom's in this picture. I don't really want my mom in this picture because this is about my dad, this thing. So I'm going to click erase restore. Now I got a brush, and I can make the size smaller, and then I just click and drag the parts that I want to remove. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll try to do this quick, but it's a little difficult. And there you go. And once I let go of this, it should take my mom out. And there we go. Let's see if it got all over. And it did. There he is. And maybe there's a little tiny part that I want to make sure I get rid of. I just click on it, should be able to get it. And then I click done. I click download. So now that I've downloaded it, I could upload it, but I've already done that one time. So now I just go back. And one thing that's really interesting to do that you can do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to click on it, and I'm just going to up the brightness 100%. And I'm just going to leave this in the background. I can put it back in later, a new one, or use that old one. But this tells me where my picture is going to be. So as I collage, as I go into my collage library here, and I grab things, let's see, I definitely want this picture, and this picture. So I'm just gonna, I just held down shift to get all of them. I'm Control C for copy, and then back over, Control V for paste. And I'm just gonna kind of situate them. Now, if I do want, like say I want a border around this, I just click on it, click on border color, I make my border color whatever I want it to be. I could make it that dark green, so it kind of goes with it. Or I can make it like a red so it stands out. I'll make it 4 pixels, and you can kind of see it has a little border around it. And if I want to turn it, let's say I want to turn this and put it over here, I want it to kind of go a little bit into my dad's picture, because my dad's picture is going to be on top. I still want to see the remote, so I'm going to turn it just a little bit, get it up there, maybe resize it a little bit, make it bigger. There we go. So that'll be there. And maybe this one's up here with it. Maybe this part will be just all about him watching TV because he enjoys television. Okay, and then I'll put Neville and Chill. Right, hold on. Right over here. And let's see, I'll bring that to the front now because I want it to be able to read it. So I go arrange order, bring to front. There it is. Move it just a little bit there. Make this one a little bit bigger so they kind of overlap. And I got like 3 things on there now. Now I may want to make these a different color. I may want to, I'll give this one a border real quick. And there you go. There's a couple of them. So now let's go back into our collage. And like I said, some of these things you might want to, like if I take this, control copy, and I paste it over here, control paste, you can see it's got that white border around it. I might not want that white border around it. I might want it to seem like it's floating on top. So if I don't want that white border, all I got to do is download that picture and then upload it to remove background. I'm not going to use that picture. I kind of got this stuff together so I wouldn't have to use those pictures necessarily. So here we go. Now we're back in our collage library. I'm going to go ahead, go to the next one. I do want to get this one, but I don't want to find it again, but I want the background out. So one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new slide and just make it blank. I'm going to take that picture right here, copy it, and paste it on this slide. I'm going to go ahead and just download this slide, but I'm going to make this really big first. So, let's see here. So I make it really big, and I'm just going to download this slide. File, download, JPEG. You can see it downloads, and now I can just upload it right to my thing here. Boom. And get this out of the way again. Jeez Louise, Mr. Neville, what in the world are you doing? Okay, I click on it, click open. Alright, there it is. Bing, bang, boom. Background is gone. I download it. It downloads it, and then I just upload it right to my collage here. So file, insert, image, upload from computer. And there we go. It's the one with the removed background. And I just put this right up top right here is where I want it. Okay, and I kind of like it like that. I could do brightness. I could up the brightness and make it white. Ooh, I like that. All right, so now I'm going to get some other things. Let me see here. Try to do this as quickly as possible so you can see. But basically, I'm getting the other different aspects here. So what I will do is I will keep going and finish my thing. Once you guys finish, so you're going to go through all of your things and try to find aspects that you can copy and paste in. If it's already a PNG on here like this one, I copy it and then I paste it over, Control V, and I'll go ahead and do this white thing again that I did with the brightness and put this guy up here. So that kind of shows you some things you can do. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do this entire thing. But I want to tell you that if you get stuck, make sure you ask for help. And um, also you don't have to necessarily take something from here. If there's something you're thinking about, but you don't have in your library, like say I have Bengal stuff, but I don't have one that's a PNG, I can go back in here and go, Bengal logo PNG, because my dad likes the Bengals. Obviously, I do too. And I can click on this. You can see it's white on that side, and it has the checkers over here. That means that it is actually a PNG. So when I right click and copy it, copy image right there, and then I go back and I paste it. Control V. It is the Bengal logo, the old big B and everything. So now I can put this wherever I want it. I can rotate it. I could recolor it if I wanted to. It's up to you. So just make sure you check with me once you feel like you have it at a stopping point, and I'll give you some tips. That is part of your oral communication and collaboration grade. Here is, just so you can see, here is one that I did where I used a bunch of just family photos and removed the backgrounds. Um, and you can see I put stars on top. I made sure that they were kind of see-through. Some of the pictures in the background are a little more see-through, but basically that's that's the gist. You got one big picture that is kind of the focal point, and then everything around it is the images that you pull from the web, talking about their interests, their likes or dislikes, and this is a big collage portrait. So, and if you want to use any of the other tools, drawing tools, the curve, the polyline, the scribble, to necessarily like draw on top or do something like that. If you put, I'll kind of show you some examples here. So, digital portrait collage, and I don't think it just did that. No, it didn't. Okay, sorry. That's my bad. Digital portrait collage. So you can see, like, if you want to just put like all the images inside of the person necessarily, or like if you want to have some that are in like circles or whatnot, or like shapes, um, you can mess around with it. If you want to like draw on top, kind of like, let's see if I can find one where something's drawn on top, like this one, uh, or like some of the other ones that I've shown you at some point. Let's click on art here. Like this one right here has a lot like drawn on top. So you can do that if you like, and just mess around with it. Yeah, have fun. So the last thing I want to tell you before I get out of here, oh, I just wanted to show you this. You can take an image like this and then crop it with a mask. That's this little tool. This is cropping, and this is the mask tool. And the mask tool basically takes that square that the picture's in, and it puts it in another format. So let's say I want it in a shape like this. It puts it in a shape like that. There's other shapes I could put it in. If I wanted it in a star, I could go to call outs and choose the star, and all of a sudden that's in a star. And I can make it bigger. Okay, I can double click to crop it. Maybe I want that star cropped out a little more. I want it to cover more of the picture. I could do that too. So, like I said, it's up to you. Just get started. Even if you're just playing around with it, As you play around with it, you kind of get ideas and figure out things. So, good luck, have fun. Remember, this is due on Friday, and at some point, you need to check in with me to get your oral communication collaboration grade. There is a written component, and that is the artist statement that is also in the assignment in Echo. So, happy designing. All right. Bye bye.